Welcome to the weekend market review for the week ending 25th November 2022. Please note that I'm not a SEBI registered analyst or an advisor. Whatever information is presented in this video is purely for educational purposes. First, let's have a look at the NIFTY and other indices. Let us first look at the chart of the NIFTY. Last week we saw the last acceptable level for the NIFTY was 18,350 and the NIFTY had closed below that. Looking at the lackluster movement, we thought there will be weakness and the index could test the previous rejection zone or the previous support zone at 18,096 and 17,936. And on Monday, we did see some weakness. It opened down and also closed near the low, indicating weakness. But from the next day onwards, we saw some strength coming in and the NIFTY moved up. On Thursday, we got a very good up move. But if you look at the volume was still below average. It was not a very good buying going on. And on Friday, we saw again weakness coming in. It opened and there was selling from the word go and the NIFTY went down. But finally, in the last hour, we saw some recovery and the NIFTY closed near the open. But the overall volume remained low. So there is not too much strength in that the current up move. If you look at the overall market, you can see this is chart shows the buy and sell volumes of the overall market, not just the NIFTY. And this is the overall volume of the whole market. You can see there was a lot of buying which happened on Friday, but the advance decline ratios were not the ratio was not too high. It was just the advances were 1.6 times or 1.7 times, you can say, compared to the declines. But still, you can see there was buying. And if you look at the wave chart, we did see some lackluster movement before, and the last 8 sessions, you can see the sell wave and up wave were a little becoming more prominent, and the last buy wave was more than the previous sell wave. So the overall edge is still on the bullish side, but it is not very strong. So there is equal chances of an up move or a down move. But let's look at the other indices before we make a decision on how we can expect the index to move in the next week. Now we are looking at the chart of NSE 500. You can see the overall, the broader market almost mimicked the movement of the NIFTY. Of course, the previous week it was much weaker compared to the NIFTY, but in the last week we could see that it was almost mimicked the movement of the NIFTY. But the big difference here, you can see the last Friday bar, it was a huge volume and it closed above the open, and also it is on the edge of the rejection zone at 15,725, and the whole up move had higher volume, as you can see here. So this up move for the broader market was much stronger compared to the NIFTY. Now let us go to the other indices. Let's see, look at NSE 500 also exactly mimic the NIFTY. And the mid cap also, we were actually saw a lot of weakness in the mid cap, and we were expecting it to test the previous support zone, that is at 3524 and 3346. But that down move halted and then it resumed an upward journey. And here also you can see the mid cap, the volume on Friday was huge, and even the bar you can see from the word go, it was buying, and it closed on the upside. So the move on Friday was really bullish, but on Thursday, when we saw a very good up move on the Nifty, we saw a no demand bar here. And to look at the volume was also low, but the Friday move was really bullish. Here also the overall up move the last week was with strength, unlike the Nifty stocks. Finally, we can look at the small caps. Small caps, unfortunately, I don't have the volume here, but in the small caps also, the previous week we were expecting more weakness to continue and to test the previous support zone. But from the start of the week, the small caps turned around and started moving up. And here again, the last bar on Friday was a really bullish bar. So both the mid caps and the small caps were, and the overall broader market were exhibiting much stronger move compared to the Nifty. Coming back to the chart of the Nifty, we can see that Nifty is here again making a higher low, higher high, higher low pattern. And the last up move was not very strong because of the low volume. But we did see that the overall market, or the broader market, and the small caps and the mid caps were having a strong up move. So combined with that, we can see the market still bullish. But for the Nifty, we have a very crucial level of 18604, which has to be crossed first to have any upward move. So this could be a big resistance, but the overall bias is bullish, and we can expect some up move in the next week. And let's see how whether it will be able to take out 18604 and move up further. Now let's quickly look at the performances of various sectors last week and what we expect to happen in the coming week as well. Now let us look at the performance of various sectors. First, we are going to have a longer time frame view. We are looking at on a weekly time frame, and as you can see, the bank Nifty has been doing quite well for the last 3 months. The auto consumption and the energy sectors were weak for the last 1 month. The financial service sector also is doing well, quite well. Only in between it weakened a little, but it is doing quite well for the last 3 months. And the FMCG was doing well, but off late for the last 2 weeks, you can see by the chart it is going. The performance is going down here. Infra has started improving in the last 2 weeks. The media, of course, for some time it was doing well, and now for the last 3 weeks it has been doing badly, and it is going down further. The metal has been doing well, weakened for some time, and again now it is improving now, but it's still on the positive side. MNCs have been weakening. You can see it is slowly going weak, as you can see from the chart. Pharma, of course, was doing well for almost a month, I mean 1.5 months, and now it has started weakening now. The service sector have started improving, and similarly, the most importantly, the IT sector saw some good improvement after a long underperformance. Now, let's move to the daily time frames, and the sectors which was shown stronger on the bigger time frame is continuing to do well in the lower time frames also. You can see the Bank Nifty and the financial services is doing well. The infra, of course, temporarily there was a dip, and then now again it is, you can say it has come back and doing well. The metal is the different one. It is strong, but now the towards the end of the last week, you can see it has started weakening now. The pharma is still doing badly, of course, but you can see some improvements. So maybe it will slowly pick up and then turn positive soon. The realty sector, of course, is lagging. The service sector was doing well on a long, I mean, bigger time frame as well. Now we can slightly tapering off here. The IT sector also it has been doing well, but we can see some weakness coming in here. It is tapering off a little. So overall, you can see the sectors which are strong are the banking, financial services, infra, uh, the service sector, and the IT sector. The metals have becoming weak, so one need to be careful. So have a eye on the pharma. It is improving and could maybe turn positive soon. Now let's quickly look at the charts of the strong sectors which we saw. The first is, of course, the Bank Nifty, and of course, it has been moving up quite strongly. But what we should notice here is on Friday we saw a lot of weakness coming in here. So you can say it's an high volume down bar actually, and the volume was quite high, and it saw a lot of selling here. So we could encounter some weakness in the coming week. The next sector, of course, is the financial services. Let's see. In a similar manner, the financial services on Thursday saw a very good up move in effort to move up bar, but that bullishness was totally negated on the next day, and the volume was much higher, and we had a very high volume down bar. So again, that indicates weakness. So both these sectors could face some headwinds in the coming week. Let us quickly look at infra, which is again was doing well, and you can see it is indeed doing well after some sideways moment. It is doing well, so it could continue to do well. Let's also look at IT. IT is also similar. You can see that it is doing quite well, and it could continue to do well. And we had seen that all the PSU banks were moving a lot recently. So just let's have a quick look at the PSU uh, index chart. As you can see, it was a very good movement on high volumes. But again, on Friday, you can see there was a attempt to move up, which was totally defeated, and it was pushed down, and it closed near the low, indicating a lot of selling here, and the volume is also quite high. Here again, the PSU banks one should be a little careful next week as it could face some headwinds in the coming week. This is just a brief look at the various sectors.